This here is the Aputure MC LED light panel, and it's a piece of kit that I really love, and it's become indispensable to how I work. LED lighting has come a very long way in the past few years, especially the last 5 years or so. Even when I was starting out, LED panels were really expensive and not half as good as they are now. This was my first little LED panel, which is bulky and it didn't have much output, and it doesn't even have bi-colour. You have these little gels you put on it, which is fine, and it did the job and it moved me forward, but the amount of power you have packed into this tiny little light here is so much more. And I think I paid more for this light 5 or 6 years ago than I did for this. So a quick rundown on the MC panel. It's an RGB WW light, which means that it has RGB, red, green, blue channels, as well as a white channel and a warm white channel, so that you can mix any colour, including whites. Many RGB panels only have RGB chips, so when it's trying to put a white light on, it just uses a combination of red, green and blue to make white light, which is fine, but it doesn't render skin tones very well, and it's not a true white light. So having those extra white chips allows you to achieve a nicer quality of light. So the panel itself is so small. That's the whole thing right there. It has this diffuser here, which I keep on the front of it most of the time, which helps to diffuse and mean that you don't see the individual lights, which makes it a little bit softer and nice. On the top, we have a little LCD panel, which shows you your settings, and a very intuitive menu, which allows you to get through everything. The main modes I use are CCT and HSI. So CCT allows you to change your colour temperature between warm and cooler whites, and HSI, which allows you to go into RGB mode and change the colours. Right now this panel is at 5600 Kelvin at 5%. So that just gives a little bit of context of how strong this thing is. If I go up to 100%, you'll see that is a very bright light, which can overpower my current backlights very easily. The battery life on these things is really great. Unfortunately, because they are an internal battery, it means that you can't just quickly swap the batteries, but I find that I get an hour or two out of them very easily at a high level, and obviously the less level you're using, the longer they'll last. One of the absolute coolest features of these panels are the magnets that they have on the back, which allows you to just attach it to metal surfaces, and this makes it really easy to mount it in a lot of situations. One thing you've got to be mindful of though, is it's so easy to mount it somewhere that it's also very easy to forget where you've put them. So because these panels are so easy to lose, I definitely recommend that you put a sticker on them with your name and contact details, just in case you accidentally leave it somewhere sometime or it slips out of a bag, just so that somebody can contact you and get it back to you. The menu system and controls on the lights are really good, but one of the standout features is the Sidus Link app, which allows you to control the light and all of its settings from your phone through a simple Wi-Fi connection. Every setting that you can access on the light is also available on the phone, so you can change the colour temperature, the brightness, you can put on special effects, you can even use your phone's camera to select a colour and change the light to that colour, which is a pretty insane feature to have built in. I found the range to be really good for the app, so it's super easy to control them even when you've got them in different locations, and if you're dealing with lots of panels, they actually connect together to create a stronger network. As with all the Aputure products I've purchased so far, Aputure include this really great case, which is high quality. It has room to store the panel, the diffuser, and also some hook and loop sticky patches that they include, as well as a cold shoe mount, which is included in the package. So you've got everything you need to get going in a nice case. Because these lights are so compact, I always make sure I've got them packed in my camera bag, at least one, so that if something comes up and I think of something that I can use it for, I've got it there available. I found these panels especially useful for accents within a shot. Something like a hair light, even like what I've got right now on me, that's an Aputure MC panel that I have mounted behind me. They're also great for adding little details in the background. Maybe you've got a bookshelf behind an interview shot and you just want to add a little bit of light to it. Maybe you just want to add a pop of colour in the background of a shot. They're super easy to mount off a stand because they're so lightweight and they've got enough power to add that kick. So that's why I love my Aputure MC light panels. They're really versatile, they're durable, they're compact, and they're affordable. They're a perfect piece of my kit, and I'd highly recommend them if you're thinking about buying them. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave me a comment down below if you have any thoughts on the Aputure MC panels, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.